I got another review, and this one is called Mahou. I'm review of Mahou. It sounded funnier in the shower before, but yeah. This next review is for a Spanish beer called Mahou. I don't really know much about Mahou other than that it's Spanish. It's Cinco Estrellas from 1890. It's Spanish. It's premium beer. It's got 5-star taste and it's 5.1% volume. I checked the back for more details, but it's only really ingredients and a calorie counter. Anyone who counts calories on a beer, you know, just it's not healthy. Don't bother. You know, if you're not worried about your weight and your health and that, just drink something else. Just drink water. Not tap water, because that's going to have fluoride in it soon apparently. But just tap water or something. Not tap water, bottled water. Fuck it. You know, Kirkland spring water from Costco, bollocks. Yeah, so yeah, this is Mahou, and it's Spanish beer, 5.1%. Hooray. What I know about this is very little. It's got quite an interesting name, Mahou. Mahou. What does it mean? Where does it come from? I don't know. I've actually tried to Google it like about half an hour ago for the purpose of this video, because you know I like to educate you unwashed masses on situations such as origins of names and, you know, cultured stuff like that. But it didn't really tell me fuck all. The only real thing I got that might be related is that Mahou in Japanese, according to Google, is magic or witchcraft or wizardry. That's what it translates to. But I don't know if that's got anything to do with this, because this isn't Japanese, it's Spanish. And I don't know if the Spanish really got inspired by it, and if they did, there's no evidence that they did. So yeah, all we have at this point is theory as to what caused the name Mahou. I personally have come up with my own theory. You might like this one, you might not. Basically, what I think's happened is there was this brewer in Spain who wanted to create a beer, but couldn't think of a name for it. So he's sitting there in the dentist one day after having his wisdom tooth removed, and he's completely just come out of a big anaesthetic and that, and he can't talk properly, and he says, you know, and he thinks to himself, what am I going to name the beer after? I don't know, I'll name this beer after myself. My name's Matthew. And he stands up and goes, I'm gonna call the beer Mahou. And the name Mahou stuck. That's my theory. It's not a good theory. The odds of it being true are very low, but it'd be interesting if it was, wouldn't it? You know, but I like theories, you know, I like origins of things, you know, anything that's got a mysterious origin, you know, I'm all about that life, you know what I'm saying? It's like sex, the origin of sex. It's very interesting, isn't it? It's like, you know, you might not think it's all that mysterious, but back in the day, you know, when everyone was living in caves and all that shit, I mean, how did they figure out? Because these people didn't even know how to, you know, use a wheel. That's how primitive they were. How did they know that, like, dick in minge is so vital to reproduction? Or at least it was back then. There was no fucking test tube babies or any of that shit back in like 10 million BC, you know? So how did Ugg know to put his wang in a minge back then? You know, how do you figure it out? You know, I reckon what's happened is there was like aliens had come down from like space or some shit, and I'd been like noticed that the human population was really, really small and dwindling because they didn't know how to fuck each other essentially. And he went up to like Ugg and said, yeah, see that fucking wobbly thing between your fucking legs there, Ugg, right? Grab hold of it and shake it a bit, just go, you know, like that. And Ugg did that. He's standing there just going blah, 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 shaking his dick for about like 5 minutes. And after a while it goes like proper like stiff, you know, like that. Right? And the alien goes, alright Ugg, you see that? That's progress right there. Right? You see that thing over there between Ogg's legs? Right? A bit different to what you've got, isn't it? It looks like a smashed pancake. Right? What you need to do is, you need to go over to Ogg and say, you know, let me put my now thoroughly stiffened caveman dong inside that squashed pancake of yours, because guess what? That'll keep the human race going for the next couple of million years. And Ogg thankfully consented, which, you know, that's what sex is all about, consent, remember. Don't want to be doing it without it. It's a big no-no. And yeah, so Ogg and Ugg, whatever the fuck, decided to do that. They combined stiff caveman cock with floppy caveman cunt, and then in, out, shake it all about, bish bash bosh, splash, don't pull out. A caveman baby was born 9 months later, and they were like, that's how we keep our species going, because if we don't, we'll be extinct, just like the dodo or the saber-toothed tiger or some shit, which at this point hadn't gone extinct. So these guys were really ahead of the time. So yeah, I digress. Back to the review. Let's get this out the bottle. Let's put it in a pint glass. Review the hint thing, and perhaps we can talk about cavemen sex at a later date. I'm all up for this conversation. Hope you are as well. So yeah, let's get it in a Zach Dingle. Okay. Alright. Okay, so carbonation domination right there. Look at how bubbly that is, and the head is barely even half an index finger, and it's nice and clear as well, like golden colour. So yeah, it's alright. Now we know what it looks like. Let's smell it. A little bit wheaty. Fuck. Getting a weird sort of putty smell after this. Like that putty that you used to put under your windows in the 90s. When I was a little kid, whenever they put putty under the windows, I'd always be like poking it and just seeing if I could put fingerprints and dents in it. You know. We didn't have internet back in those days, and if we did, it was very primitive. So poking putty with your fingers was the way forward. That's how we had fun. That was our porn hub. So yeah, it's wheaty, yeasty, with a hint of putty. It's not a good start, but maybe once we drink it, things will feel better, because you know certain things smell like shit, but they taste better than shit. It's like Stilton cheese that smells like pure fucking like granny feet, and yet when you have it with like a steak or some chicken and that, it tastes amazing. So yeah, let's hope it's like Stilton cheese. But question is, before we go to it, I need to do a sort of like prelude kind of thing. Will it be Mahou Cinco Estrellas, or will it be Mahou disgusting to several fellas? Improvise. There's only one way to find out. Bottoms up and up your bottoms. Here we go. Cheers. So yeah, a little bit of a grassy taste there, a little bit malty, a lot of yeast going on, but other than that it wasn't terrible. It didn't taste too strong, but I could still taste a lot. Mouth feels fine. Can't fault that. Still the grassy aftertaste, which again, it's all part of the process. This is meant to happen. Yeah, it's alright. This actually, yeah. Let's have a little go. Well, the fact that it tastes like a beer should. It's got all the lilts and the malts and the little organic flavours going on that you'd expect. It tastes good, and it's not too strong as well. So this is a good sesh beer. You could, if you ever find yourself in a place where this is on tap, and you want something that's not too heavy on the belly, and it doesn't taste too strong neither, I'd go for this. I'd say this is pretty decent actually. I'd give this, if I'm going to be honest, I'd give it an 8 out of 10. It's nothing too spectacular, but the job it's supposed to do, it does, and you can't ask for more than that. So yeah. A well deserved 8 out of 10 from me. So, now that we've established everything, I'm afraid that concludes tonight's video, which I know you've really enjoyed, especially the first part where I don't do any reviewing at all. I just ramble about cavemen fucking each other. But yeah, if you haven't already, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell or whatever the fuck, I don't know. I'm not up on all these things, but I am up on one thing. Yeah, so yeah, hope you've enjoyed the video tonight. There'll be more to come in the future because, I haven't died yet. But yeah, hope you've enjoyed yourselves. Signing out. Take care.